What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I had such a struggle setting all this up. I have no idea why. I made a video before, no problem at all with the software and connecting my camera because I'm using my vlogging camera as my face cam. Then I wasn't able to share my screen, so it was just a complicated mess. So if you could leave a like on this video, I would absolutely appreciate that. But without further ado, let's dive into it. As you can see here on your screen, rumor mill. No 2022 football mega boxes for absolute prestige and select. None at all. And if you guys see me looking up, it's because I'm looking at the article on my monitor. And this is from cardlines.com. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. However, I did a little skimming and the information looks good. I tried to check some other websites and it seems to all check out. This article is from January 8th of this year. So about 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, and a little late to the party here. And I don't think this news has been covered at all on any social media, YouTube, or any forums really. But this is kind of big news right here. Again, no mega boxes for Absolute, Prestige, and Select. I know Absolute was big last year. Everyone was going kaboom hunting. Select was is always been big, and we're not getting it this year. So it's really interesting. I really want to dive into it. So this article has a little bit of size to it. However, let's just dive into it together. So buckle up, enjoy, or I don't know if we can enjoy about having no mega boxes, but maybe there's some good out of this. So let's find out. There has been no persistent talk going around the sports card world that several Panini items will not be released this year, including some of the retail products we love and expect to find on shelves. Why is the company doing this and why now? Next, we will take a look at the rumor of 2022 Absolute Prestige and Select Mega Boxes and their implications. We will continue to keep an eye on the developing story. What we're hearing about the Mega Boxes, the recent talks centers around that Absolute Prestige and Select NFL products will not feature Mega Boxes for 2022. In addition, these same sources are saying that NBA Optic Megas will also likely not come out this year. Cardlines has heard it from more than one source, although they prefer to remain anonymous. We believe that the reliable source is da 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 da. We have reached out to Panini for comments. However, at this time of this writing, they have not commented. However, until we hear otherwise, we will assume these boxes will not be coming out for the 2022 versions of these products. Why rumors about da 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 matter? First, we are concerned that this part of the general decrease in the quality of output by Panini. As we all know, the company lost its right to produce NFL and NBA cards. Starting in 2026, Fanatics will own the rights to professional football cards. Meanwhile, they will take over the rights to NBA products in the same year. All this has led to the question marks regarding the future viability of Panini America. Without any of the top four American sports, what kind of profits can they expect? Da 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 da. Adding to the problems and confusions are several hobby scandals possibly involving the company. Most notably, there's a large amount of evidence that Panini is marking its boxes to sellers, can differentiate boxes with case hits. That was the thing with the Crown Royale and the Kaboom for basketball. Therefore, we are watching Panini closely to see how they serve the hobby community over the next 3 years. Mind you, there is no shortage of problems at Fanatics. I don't really care. All right, what are we missing out on? So at this point, we are of the assumption that 2022 Absolute Prestige Select Mega football boxes and 2022-23 Optic basketball megas won't come out. What would we be missing if we didn't get those products? Are they popular and worthwhile? Prestige Mega Boxes. We are surprised that the Prestige Mega Boxes aren't hitting the cutting room floor. They were notably popular in 2020 and 2021. Perhaps the main attraction was the plentiful supply of low-numbered cards at an affordable price. Look at last year's specs. I don't really care about the specs of any of the products, in all honesty. Why is Panini cutting the mega boxes? We can only speculate on the thought process behind this decision. However, it is worth noting that these products have in common. The mega boxes offer an inexpensive yet remarkably reliable way to land big cards. In addition, these products are served almost exclusively to the major retail outlets. Therefore, these products bypass the expensive hobby box to breaker pipeline. As we know, big money in the hobby today tends to concentrate on the breakers. They are also suspicious, uncorroborated. What? Uncorroborated. I've uncorroborated. Okay. As of now, the Panini receives a cut in exchange for marking the boxes it provides to outfits like Backyard Breaks. The big money that comes in from retail tends to come from blasters and hangers. They are usually released before the megas and go quickly. However, once the mega box drops, interest in the more basic release tends to lag. If the megas are discontinued, it could stop this from occurring. That would allow Panini to sell more hangers and blasters, which are cheaper to produce and do not waste guaranteed hits. Then the company can provide products with significant autos to their preferred breakers. Yeah, that seems like fun, right? That was the retail angle, the hobby box angle now. Perhaps most crucially, the mega box includes some higher end cards that are more expensive to produce. Memorabilia and auto cards require more coordination, effort, and materials to obtain. It will make perfect sense if Panini executives believe that those resources are better used to produce more hobby boxes. Making boxes without guaranteed hits is also less expensive because they require less attention to quality control. Quality control, less attention. Panini, can we just get a little more attention to quality control, regardless of the product, hobby, retail, whatever? Many collectors have turned to mega boxes as a cheaper alternative to hobby boxes. You can land many of the biggest cards, albeit fewer of them, in those more affordable boxes. Aside from eating into their hobby box purchase, mega boxes also provide a cheap alternative to participating in breaks, so both Panini and the breakers are interested in minimizing their production. When we compare mega box value to H2 boxes, we could see that it wasn't even close. Mega boxes offer a much better deal. The hybrid boxes often do not provide a singular guaranteed hit, yet sell for a good deal more than the mega boxes. Panini may calculate that cutting mega boxes will increase H2 sales as well, and therefore the bottom line. What impact will that have on the market? So there's just okay. Before I get carried on, I know I'm just kind of talking. I do want to kind of give my thoughts first. Oh, we have 2 paragraphs left. All right, let me just barrel through this. Another possible reason for cutting these products is a decision to limit print runs. That explanation can also go with the other motives presented above. If Panini wants to increase its bottom line while the getting is good, it may want to cut costs on printing and get the most bang out of every card printed. Better quality. Makes a lot of sense to me. If the print run is indeed being cut, the value of singles could go up. That is especially likely if blasters are cut for other products besides optic basketball. That will mean fewer base cards are floating around, which could help their flagging value. They may also be fewer big hits floating around, but the influence on the price will be marginal. The final word on rumors of the cutting of the boxes. Assuming these rumors are accurate, and we believe that they are, it reflects a significant change in Panini's sales strategy. It would be perfect sense for the company to try and pad its bottom line before losing its NBA and NFL cash cows. One way it may attempt to do so is by removing its less profitable, but more worthwhile for collectors, mid-tier megabox products. That may allow Panini to pump out non-hit retail stuff, on the other hand, and expensive hobby boxes to large resellers and breakers. But on the other hand, Panini appears to have calculated that putting big guaranteed hits in relatively inexpensive products is a waste. That may make sense from the perspective on the bottom line. However, it is bad news for the little guys trying to enjoy an increasingly overpriced hobby. So, at the end of the day, with everything out on the table, and I know that was a lot of stuff, so I do appreciate you being patient and just kind of sitting through with this. What does this mean? No more mega boxes. Now, again, this is just for absolute prestige, select, and of course, optic basketball. But if we're starting with some of the lower end stuff, we could probably anticipate seeing this out of Chronicles, which again is another low end product. We could start seeing this out of Donruss maybe. And then you start to creep into maybe Prism, optic. They're already doing optic basketball, so maybe optic football. Then you're looking at Mosaic. So there is going to be a trend that is coming. And that trend may be eliminating mega boxes. Mega boxes, when they do have hits in them, are almost like a mini hobby box, kind of like what an H2 box is supposed to be. So if you just kind of take those out, the retail products are more attractive because there's going to be absolutely nothing in them in terms of hits. And then your H2 and your hobby boxes are going to be more attractive because that's the only way you can actually get these hits. Instead, that's kind of where the mega box was kind of in the middle because you were able to get the affordability, yet the hits out of the mega box. So from my perspective personally, I'd say this is a good thing because it makes those H2 and those hobby boxes just a little bit more desirable for the average consumer. Instead of paying, let's say, $60 for a mega box, it almost forces your hand to either save up or just kind of bite the bullet and buy the more expensive box. You'll get better stuff with the hobby box and the H2 stuff, generally speaking. However, it's not going to look good in your wallet and your bank account and such. So that could also deter people from the hobby products, where if you do want those hits, you're going to have to pay for it. So with 2022 hobby boxes typically down, actually they're all down compared to last year, it is reassuring that the hobby is correcting. The price point of these wax products is correcting to maybe 5 years ago, because when Mosaic Football came out, 2021 Mosaic Football came out, it was almost $800 a box. Gold Standard was almost $800 a box. Prism was over $1,000 a box. So to see the 2022 counterparts down, Gold Standard's like 400, Mosaic this year was 400, Prism we haven't got yet, so I'm intrigued to see what that is going to look like. It's going to really make people decide, should I get 3 or 4 blaster boxes, or should I just get one H2 or hobby box? I think this is going to be a really good thing down the road. I mean, I guess from my perspective, having a shop is going to be a good thing, because your average person's not going to be able to go to Walmart or Target and just be like, ooh, mega box, let me grab it there. Now they may actually have to go to an LCS, a shop of sorts, and actually buy the product there, the hobby box, the H2 box, products you're not going to find on the shelves at Walmart, Target, wherever. So it'll be really interesting to see how this hobby moving forward reacts and adapts to something like this. Again, a few products are only being cut of the mega boxes. I anticipate seeing more and more down the road. Maybe mega boxes in general all get wiped out in an attempt for Panini to, again, help increase its bottom line, especially where they're losing the licensing rights in a matter of a couple of years, right? It was 2026, so 3 years from now. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I really do appreciate you joining me for this one. Hopefully you enjoy this hobby discussion. I want to bring more hobby discussions to the forefront on the channel and make videos such as this one. Hopefully they're not a pain in the ass moving forward. So if you did leave a like because of my struggles, I would greatly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for this video. I've queued up an excellent video right here for you guys that I do believe is going to be excellent for your sports card endeavors. Hopefully I can see you in that one.